Yes. Meme machine. Meme machine. I'm a...
God damn it, Mario!
For...
Help!
Lamp oil, rope, bombs.
Where are you going? What's going on here?
Come back! Where are you going? Alright, what's going on in here?
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Well,
Get in my belly!
Booga booga! You should have seen your face!
Let me put it in a language you can understand.
Bombs means hey. Bombs means
Oh!
Yeah, that makes sense.
okay. That's a bunch of swings.
Thank you!
It's time to go to heaven, my child.
Oh, baby!
Babies.
You're adopted!
No baby memories found. You have no childhood.
Hey, what's up? I need your help.
No!
Baby! Dear God. I've shit my pants. Help!
The power of the stars is restored to the castle, and it's all thanks to you.
What was that noise?
What is that?
Mario!
Oh, this is good.
You're still unstable.
I don't like where this is going.
I saved the world.
Hey, what about me?
Gentlemen.
You stupid!
What did you say?
Dear Mario.
Hey, yo, the pizza here.
God damn it, Mario!
I have an idea.
Eat 'em up. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Sweet rain party! Sweet rain party! Sweet rain party! Sweet rain party!
Hell yeah.
God damn it!
Access denied.
Oh no.
What's going on here? Breakfast!
Mamma mia.
Two kids gonna die tonight! Oh no!
Arr!
This is good.
Look at this!
Shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Come on, girl.
This is so hot.
Ass for me. Shake that.
What the hell, SMG4? I was watching that.
I saved the world.
I don't know.
Use mine instead?
Hell yeah.
Oh no!
Ah, this is bad.
Skip it up and down. Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Oh, what are you gonna do now, big boy? Ah, figured it out.
I'm not dead.
Go, go, go!
Meme!
Thank you!
And nothing of value was lost.
The end.
Got him!
Virus quarantine. Your antivirus license is about to expire.
Are you okay? I'm so sorry. This is for your own good. Where is everybody?
I'm in danger!
What's going on here?
Breakfast!
Kick his ass!
Please bring amber lamps! Don't give up easily. You can do it.
Goddamn right.
I am invincible!
I didn't mean no harm.
Oh, Mario, you saved me! How can I ever repay you?
Whatever.
I have no idea!
I know someone who can take us to that USB.
Hey, kid. Would you like some grog?
Bischof! Emerges ex mortis!
Over there!
Open sesame!
Guardian detected.
That was easy.
What was that noise?
Welcome to Brazil!
Holy Jesus!
Yeah, I found the USB.
Antivirus license expired.
I ain't paying for that. I'm just gonna watch my streams.
Ah,
this is bad!
Please don't hurt me!
You're going to Brazil!
Unacceptable!
Gaffertons refuses to make an intro for this.
Cool.
朋友是一个精准无法的技
Stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Eat dust, sucker!
Mamma mia.
Open sesame!
Guardian detected.
Oh no!
Mamma mia.
I'll take care of this.
Let's go.
Look at this!
I'm watching.
Quit goofing around and get over here!
Skip it up and down. Go, go, go!
Mamma mia.
Initiating interdimensional travel.
Pick up the dog.
Oh, hello there.
I blame you. You did this. You did this.
It wasn't me.
Get in the car, both of you.
I'm innocent, I tell you. Innocent!
All right. What's going on?
Flappin' Flotsam, what's that?
Get in my belly!
Guardian detected.
Ogre!
Oh no!
And nothing of value was lost.
Where the hell am I? You are now under my control.
This is fine.
It's all good.
Boring.
Attention, bomb detonation in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the bomb didn't blow.
What the hell, Chris? Why the bomb didn't go boom?
Screw this episode of SMG4 Simplified. I'm out of here. Ovaries.
I'm very hungry.
Oh, chocolate.
Did you say chocolate?
Get me the heck out of here!
Get in. I've got candy.
That's why I want him to go boom.
Stop it, idiot. You're gonna kill both of us.
But me want to.
Hey, fucker! 2 kids gon' die tonight.
Axel! Over there!
Acá está el inodoro que habla.
Stop this, help me. Crazy bitch kept kicking my ass. Ready to blow this bitch up.
God fucking damn it!
For
Time to drink a crisp!
Oh! Happy birthday!
Time to take a piss.
And you'll still have to piss.
uh-oh.
I just wanted to be your friend.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh
I don't like where this is going.
Oh shit!
Hi, everybody.
Dude, how do you feel?
Guardian detected. Virus quarantine disabled.
No.
Mamma mia.
My yes. Wrong show, you barnacle heads.
Follow me! I know another way.
How I leave now.
Look at this!
Hello.
And the fuck way!
Let's go!
Hey, I'm sorry the editing feels lazy here, but I haven't slept for hours.
Oh my god! Yeah!
You can do it.
Oh my god! That's so good! Oh my god! Let's do this!
Hold hands!
What's going on here?
It's working! It's working!
So good!
Helicopter, helicopter.
Mario's a genius. He is a fun.
You're dead, son!
Helicopter, helicopter.
É que hoje vai ter festinha aqui dentro do meu barraco. Vou te...
I've got big bad.
I'll end you!
Please don't hurt me.
Sorry, time's up, you're dead.
Please come back. Axel!
Please bring amber lamps!
Thank you!
Check it out.
I love you!
Marry me!
Thank you for everything.
Oh, wait!
Axel!
Come back! Where are you going?
Piss off, dickhead.
Mario's gonna die.
All this chaos. It's so beautiful.
Ow, my ass.
Howdy, macaroni!
Flag will save the bitches.
You have been banned from the Mickey Mouse Club for inappropriate.
Oh, you stupid idiot. My ovaries.
What the hell, bro? Only I can say that.
I have an idea. How about
I'm going to kill you and then kill you again.
Ow! That really hurt!
hold hands?
Gross.
That's adorable.
Thank you!
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Go, go, go!
Hurry up already!
I don't need to use the cannon.
And once again, I'm not gonna animate the challenges.
Over there!
Mario's gonna be fucking dead. I'm gonna get you all.
I can't hear my team.
Come on.
Hands.
I'm gonna kick your ass. Okay, come on. You want a piece of it?
My scrotums.
Let me save you!
It's no use! Yeah, I want to finish this damn video so I can finally go to sleep.
There's only one way to defeat Zero. Don't worry, you will be okay. You can do this.
I love you!
I love you too.
Thanks for the adventure.
You saved the world! Yeah!
Hey, it's okay. Don't cry.
Well, screw you guys, I'm going home!
My job here is done.
What a beautiful way to end this arc. I don't feel like I want to finish it with an explosion this time.
Oh, hell no. If you're not gonna end it with an explosion,
I will! What the hell are you doing? The end!